what God's doing now, where He's literally putting pieces and putting voice and putting real to what He's always been doing is just awesome for me. It just moves me so deeply. Right? And then so. Talk to me about how, because again, I'm trying to get to back. I want them to know you. I want them to know that, see you and see that you're a man, and that if they're going through something, if they're dealing with something, and they have a skill set that God has a plan, He's going to use their life, and that they don't need to give up, and they need to just receive Jesus Christ, shake it off, and move forward. Right? What were the things that in your natural that God had put in place for you to be able to be a man that would be able to understand His technology, like your education and things like that, so that when this came circle, you were able to say, hey, that's for me, and this is my part that I get to play?
That's hilarious. The reason I was going to leave tech is because I felt like my life had been wasted. So my sister and I experienced the same childhood, the same levels of abuse, and I dove into darkness and she dove into the light. And she's got multiple theology degrees, just like full on. Her whole life was about Jesus. I'm sure part of the reason she was praying for me this whole time is part of the reason He came and got me.
Come on now.
But I felt like, oh man, I've wasted my life. I've learned about physics and microbiology and chemistry and computer science, and because I just ate up everything intellectual of the world. Man's knowledge, man's information. And it was at this moment that He dropped those dreams that I was like, oh, you had a plan all along. Like you even knew how I'd waste, or I'd feel like I wasted it. And you're not wasting anything. You're redeeming everything. And this thought process that you have to go, my sister helped me correct it too, because she's like, this isn't a new kind of thought process that as Christians, you have to go be a pastor or you have to go do this to be in ministry. Like, that's so just false. The gospel didn't spread because of pastors. It spread because of apostolic entrepreneurial work along the Silk Road. And if you look at the explosive nature of the gospel, it was entrepreneurs doing it. And I can just say everything in my life, everything I thought was wasted, God is using now. And that's powerful for me, because I was like, okay, I didn't waste it. In fact, you always had a purpose. But that's the story of Jesus. He redeems everything. Everything's about, okay, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, it's crazy what you were saying. I was just thinking about the fact that the Holy Spirit said, he took fishermen and made them fishers of men, right? So there's a process. God doesn't change. And if we really truly want to find out His nature and what His heart is, we can look in His Word and see it, right? So God had a plan. And He had a plan where He gave you the education that you needed. He moved you in a direction to get the education you need. Then He put a thing on you that ideally you had the skill set to be able to do. So talk about